Welcome. My name is Jeannie and I'm so excited about our class today. We will be doing a yoga class featuring a chair. Now this is an all-level yoga class that you can do. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I've gathered some props around me. I have a yoga mat and a chair. Now my chair is fairly firm and it has a back to it with a soft cushion for the seat. Now, if you cannot find a chair like this, if it's just a hard chair, that is okay. Grab a blanket so that you can use it if at any time it becomes a little bit too hard for you. I have 2 yoga blocks and a strap. You can use anything for these props. They're just to bring the floor closer to you or to bring you closer to your legs. So you can use a towel for the strap, a scarf, or I've even seen people use cans of food just to lift them or to bring the floor closer to them. So today's practice is a practice of self-acceptance. And acceptance is knowing that you are in your own experience right now and nobody else's experience is quite like yours. And so you need to honor where you are today, yesterday, and every day from now on. And to do that, you need to accept what your body can do and how it does it. Now, acceptance does not mean complacency, because if we are complacent, we will lose what little we do have. So let's go ahead and see what is possible for us today. So come to a seat and sit forwards onto your chair. Now I want you to start to engage your belly. We call this our core. So lift up through the spine and make sure that you're not leaning against the backrest here. It seems that nowadays, most of us like to slouch and relax into our chairs, sitting back. And what that is doing is it's creating a really weak area through our core. So let's go ahead and sit up. And you might notice that there's already sensation going on through your belly, and that's okay. So lengthen through the crown of your head. Your knees, feet can be together, or if you need a little bit more space to give you some balance, separate your feet. Either way is fine. Now, draw your navel into your spine. Close your eyes if it's comfortable, and focus on your breath here. Focus on the sensations that are flowing throughout your body. And focus on the flow of your breath in through the nose, down entering into your lungs. Feel your lungs expand. And then exhale, letting it all go. Now notice where your breath arrives in your lungs. Notice if you're more of a shoulder breather. When you breathe in, your shoulders rise. And then when you exhale, your shoulders drop. Maybe you are a chest breather and you just feel expansion in your rib cage when you breathe in. You might even be a belly breather, taking a bigger, complete breath, feeling your belly expand on the inhale, and then completely let go as your belly comes in towards the spine as you exhale. Just notice how you are today. Feeling acceptance and love that you showed up today on your mat to practice. Now, however you breathe, see if you can make it a little bit bigger. See if you can take your breaths a little bit deeper. And a little bit longer with each inhale and each exhale. And as you do, you might expand your breath into a new part of the body. If you were a shoulder breather, you might start to feel your chest lifting and separating. If you were a chest breather, maybe you notice that your belly starts to expand. If you were a belly breather, maybe you can just inhale a little bit deeper, filling yourself up a little bit more. Each inhale, fill yourself up with love and gratitude. Each exhale, letting it go of doubt, fear. Try one more breath. Keeping your spine nice and long. Keeping your belly drawn in. Even though you might be breathing into the belly, there can still be a contraction there. Next, inhale. Lift your head just a little bit higher, and as you exhale, drop your right ear to your shoulder. You might choose to go ahead and open your eyes. You might enjoy doing this with your eyes closed. As you inhale, lift your head back up, stop stacking it on top of your spine, and exhale, take it in the other direction. As you breathe in, imagine your breath traveling to your neck, creating space where before there was tension. Inhale, lift your head. And exhale, this time, let's turn your cheek to the right, looking away. In life, it's rare that we travel through the whole experience without becoming offended or hurt. But if you can truly understand that those around you are in their own experience and they hold nothing against you, and that their actions are based upon their story, then you can find acceptance and you can turn your other cheek. Slowly rotate your head, coming to the left. Remembering to breathe into your neck. Try one more time. Slowly turn your head back center, and we're going to start to circle our head, dropping it slightly forwards, rolling it to one side, back, and around. Now be gentle. This can cause dizziness. And if that is your case, try moving a little bit slower. Or finding one place to focus on. If you are enjoying this sensation, you can make it a little bit bigger. Let's try it one more time. And let's slowly reverse it in the other direction. Start making it bigger. You might notice little kinks in your neck. That's normal. And bring your head back to neutral. This time as you breathe in, pull your shoulders and lift them up to your ears. Exhale, depress them and press them down to the ground. Inhale, let them rise. And exhale, lower. Moving with your breath. One more time. Now this time as you breathe in, let your hands sweep out to the side and rise on up. Let them stop wherever there is tension or pain. You might even be able to bring them all the way up towards your ceiling. And then exhale, let them sweep down. Inhale, reach to rise. Just filling your range of motion. And know, for some of you, you can bring your hands back by your side. But for others, this is not the right alignment. They need to be a little bit in front of you. Just fill it out. Let's do it one more time for good measure. Pause at the top, and as you exhale, twist to the right. So the right hand's coming back to the back of your chair, and the left hand is coming to your outer thigh. Now breathe here, and if you can, use your chair for leverage and see if you can rotate a little bit more. Inhale, unwind, reaching your hands back up as high as they go. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Let's do that one more time on each side. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Reaching back up. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. And just scan your head, your neck, your shoulders, and your spine. How do they feel? Accept any sensations that might be happening in your body. But also note that pain is not one of those things that we want to allow. So if there is pain, take note of what caused it, jot that down, and maybe leave that out next time. Inhale, open your eyes, reach your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come to your waist, or maybe for a little bit more stability, you hold on to the bottom of the chair. Taking a deep breath in, I want you to lift the right knee off the ground, or right foot off the ground, and extend the leg straight, bringing the heel to the floor in front of you. Now, from there, we're going to point the toe, bringing the toe down towards the ground, and exhale, pull the toes back. Now, you might need to scoot a little bit farther forwards if the chair is stopping you from extending your leg. Inhale, point. And exhale, flex. The heel can rest on the ground. Another option here is to bring that block and point and flex. Let's do it 2 more times. Now slowly start to circle your foot. Your ankle can remain on the block. Maybe start to lift the foot off the block, getting a little bit freer in your range of motion. Take it in the other direction. Notice as you lift the foot off the block, there's new engagement in your core. Drop the foot back down, bending the knee, bring the leg back in, and place it down. Let's try that with your other side. You can move the block over if you chose to use it. Inhale, lift your leg off the ground. Exhale, extend it out. Start pointing and flexing your foot. As you point, you start to feel sensation down the front of the leg. As you flex, the sensation moves more to the back. Pointing and flexing. Last time. Now start circling your foot. Remember, it can stay on the block or it can float. Take it in the opposite direction. Just like with your neck, you might feel those moments of crankiness. The more you do, the more it kind of smooths itself out. Lower the foot on down, bending the knee, bring it back in. Pressing into your right toe, lift the heel off the ground and drop it down. Press to your left toe, lift the heel off the ground. Now just walk it out. Right, left, right, left. Now if you need a little bit more, bring your hands and start to put some weight onto your thighs. As you do that, when you lift up onto the ball of your foot, there is more weight, so it requires more strength. Let's do one more on each side. Beautiful. Move the block if it's in front of you so that one's on the outside of the right foot and one is on the outside of the left foot. Coming on up, take a deep breath in, reach your hands up towards the sky. And exhale, hinging from your waist, come into a forward fold. Hands reach down towards your blocks. You can plant them on the blocks, whatever height works for you, or maybe you can even reach down all the way to the floor. Let your spine round, let your head be heavy. And shake it out. Yes and no, you can do this. No self-doubt. Inhale, start to stack your vertebrae on top, standing or sitting up nice and tall, reaching your hands towards the sky. And exhale, hands find your knee. Let's bring a little bit more movement into the spine. Inhale, puff your chest forward, slightly look up, but keep a little bit of tension in your neck. And exhale, rounding your back, pressing your spine into the back of the chair. Now remember, we're still sitting forwards on the front of your chair. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale, rounding your spine. Inhale, open. And exhale. Now with that constriction or contraction in your neck, your head's just along for the ride. As you notice, even as I'm lifting up, I'm trying to keep that neutral or the same distance between my chin and my chest so the movement comes from the spine, not from the neck. Inhale, coming back to center. Reach your hands up towards the sky, and let's try that forward fold one more time. Hands to floor, hands to block. Shake it out and notice the difference, a little bit of movement made in your spine. Now from here, bring your hands to your thighs. And as you breathe in, extend your spine halfway up, shooting your head towards me. Calling this a halfway lift because we're only rising up halfway. Exhale, release back to the ground. Hands find the blocks if they need those. And inhale, reach to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Excuse me. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now with your hands in your heart center, we already started lifting the heels off the ground. But now I want you to lift or press into those heels. Bring your hands to the chair underneath you. You might even need to scoot a little bit more forwards. Now pressing into the heels, I want you to imagine you're trying to stand up. We're not going to quite come off the chair, but the hands are there to support. So imagine starting to stand up and feel the weight lessen in your tailbone. Calling this chair pose because you're sitting in a chair. Got it? And release it down. Let's try it again. Press through the heels. Pretend like you're starting to stand on up. Engage your belly. And exhale, release. Try it two more times. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. Now there doesn't have to be very much movement for this to work. Inhale, press. And exhale. Nice job. Kind of shake your legs out just a little bit. Then I want you to open your legs out to the sides of your chair. Coming into a wide straddle. Take a deep breath in. And let's visit that forward fold just like we did with our knees closer together. Exhale, hands come between your thighs. Find your forward fold. Now this time, instead of hands finding your shins, lift the blocks up onto a higher height if there is one. If there isn't one, hands can still find the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Now feel the sensation. Feel your spine nice and long, similar to the sensation of sitting tall on your chair. But instead of it being stacked, it's on that diagonal, letting the crown shoot towards me. Exhale, release back down to the ground. Inhale, reaches to rise. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's try it again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on your blocks, your floor, anywhere you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now bring your hands to your thighs. Kind of shake your shoulders out. You might do a little bit of circles with your body. Just release any tension. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, and exhale, we're going to drop the right shoulder down in between your legs for a little bit of a twist, looking behind you. Come back to center, and now try it on the left. Inhale, lift, and right side again. One more time on the left. Coming back to center, step your feet together. Inhale, arms reach up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. And now notice that sensation that you had in your neck and in your spine has now started to spread into your hips, your hamstrings, your thighs, your feet. Your whole body might be humming, might feel a little more awake. But again, take note of any pain, tension. Take a moment to accept your journey so far. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. And exhale, hands find the chair. Now for this next portion, we are going to actually stand on up. So this time when you push into your heels, stand all the way up. Bring your chair to the top of your mat. And now come to stand about a foot behind it. Hands can rest on the back of your chair. And find that neutral spine alignment. Similar to sitting down, but this time now it extends all the way down to your heels. Take a couple of breaths here. And then exhale, walk your hands down to the chair, seat bottom. For your forward fold, you can bend your elbows, lower your head, shake it out. Two more breaths here. Wherever you are, start to straighten your arms, coming up to that halfway lift. Hands can be on the seat bottom, or if they don't reach there, hands can be on the back. Still a halfway lift. Belly is nice and tight, spine is extended. Breathing in through the nose and let it go. Release back down to the chair, finding your forward fold. And inhale, reach to rise. Hands can stay on the chair back, or hands can start to extend up towards the sky. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find what works for you. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise on up. Now let's go ahead and step back with your left foot. Bring the heel down to the ground. Move these. See? It's on a slight diagonal. But your hands can stay on the front of the chair. Bend into your right knee. Coming into your warrior one. Now from here, really press your hips forward so your knee stacks over your front ankle. Find your breath here. Maybe you play with your balance. If you feel confident and sure, bring your hands to your hips to start. If you want a little bit more, arms can reach out to the sides and the goalpost. As long as there is no tension or pressure in your shoulders, you could even extend them overhead. Knowing that at any time you can reach down for the chair. Find a little stillness here. Exhale, hands come back to the chair back and stepping forwards. Let's try that on the other side. Right foot steps back. Bend into your left knee. Pulling your belly button in. Extend your spine similar to sitting in the chair. Play with your arm positioning. Look down at your front knee and make sure that it is stacked on top of your front foot. The depth that you find here depends upon how wide or how long your stance is. If you have that longer stance, you can go a little deeper into the front leg. If your stance is narrower or shorter, you're a little bit higher. But no, your body is different than everybody else's body. And so what it can do is different than what other people can do. And the beautiful part is, that's okay. Hands come back down to the back of the chair and step in. Now step back now you're 2 feet away from the chair. We're going to try balancing. Balancing is oftentimes one of the hardest parts in our yoga class. But with the chair here, anything is possible. So make sure your hands are on the chair, slight bend in your knee. We're going to lift the left foot off the ground. Now see if you can keep the toes pointing down towards the ground. Toes might even touch the ground. Think halfway lift with your upper body. Spine is nice and straight. Belly is engaged. And from there, you can, as you lift the heel, you might even drop the heart. Flex the foot if you can. Coming into a warrior 3. Now from there, see if you can lift one hand in front, up by your ear, and breathe. Lower down, pressing into the chair back, rise on up, and take a breath here. You can pedal out the legs. Now let's try it on the other side. Hands find the support of the chair and start to lift your right leg off the ground. Remembering toe can stay anchored to the floor. We're still getting the strength through the back of our body. Lift your heart just slightly. Keep your spine nice and long and neutral. When you're ready, start to lower the heart as you lift the leg. Where are you going to journey to today? When you're ready, lift off the opposite hand. Squeeze, lifting through the heel, just slightly lifting through the shoulders. Feeling the stretch across your back. And exhale, release. Rise on up. Block it out. And let's bring the chair back front in the center of your mat. We're going to take a seat, again, sitting on the front part of the chair. Swing your right leg out to one side and reach your left foot nice and straight back to the other side. Toe is slightly turned inwards. Now, we don't want any pain in any part of our body, so you might need to rotate your hips slightly on a diagonal today. And make sure that the knee is stacked on top of the heel here. And find your breath. Hands can be at your waist, hands can be on the chair behind you. Or you could even reach your hands out to either corner or either side of your mat. It's our warrior 2. Now if you notice there might be a pinch here, it's okay to slide this back leg slightly forwards. A little less extreme here. Another option here is just like we did with our forward folds, press down through the heel of your right foot and imagine your hips lifting off the chair. They might not go anywhere, but just that activation helps you into your warrior 2. Engages your core, engages your quads. And breathe here. Now let's bring your right hand to the knee. So it's stacked on top of the knee, or maybe the hand finds the thigh. Actually, not on top of the knee, on the thigh. So your elbow comes to the thigh, your hand comes to the thigh. Then you're going to take your left arm and sweep it forwards and up over your ear. If this doesn't work for you, it can go straight up towards the sky, or it can stay on your waist. But rotate your shoulder back and then lift up, looking at the ceiling. Extended side angle. Slowly rise on up. Start with the back leg. Go ahead and bend the knee and bring the right foot in. Let's try it on the other side. This time the left knee goes out to the side, keeping it nice and bent, stacking the ankle underneath the knee, and extend the right foot back. Pulling and straightening the leg if you have the mobility for it. Hands stay on the chair, your waist, or out to the side, anywhere you choose to be today. Now, just like you did on the other side, you can start to play with the sensation of rising off the chair, pressing into your front knee and activating. You can take it one breath at a time, lift and then release. Now let's come into the extended side angle. Hand can find the thigh, elbow can find the thigh. You can even go all the way down to the ground. Your hand behind the knee, all are beautiful options. Swim your arm up and over, looking up at the ceiling. Just like we did in the other pose, can you activate your front leg by pressing down through your heel like you're stomping on a bug? One more breath. And then rise on up, starting with the back leg, bend the knee, and bring it forward. Take a deep breath in, find where your blocks are. We're going to come to a forward fold. Release the upper body. So reach your hands up and exhale. Bring it through center, lowering your hands to your block. Feet can be together or hip distance apart. Doesn't much matter. Shake your head, shake your shoulders. On your next inhale, rise on up. And we're going to lower ourselves down to the ground. So you can use the support of your chair one way. So scoot as far forward as you can. Bring your hands around to the side, almost in a twist. Lift your hips off the ground and lower down to your knees. From there, just move the chair to the top of your mat or bottom of your mat, whatever you choose. Slowly drop down onto your hips. And open your knees out to either side. So blocks should be nice and close. I'm going to put my blocks on either side of my hips as I open my knees up. Now you can have them nice and high. You can have them on a lower setting, whatever your body needs. We're going to grab a pillow here. Sitting your hips on a slight lift also relieves any pressure that you might need or you might have in your lower back. Belly is nice and tall. And exhale, hinge forward. Now, if this is hard for you, maybe today your feet are a little farther away and your toes don't even need to touch. They can just be wide, but you want to let the knees rotate outwards, feeling the rotation through the hips. And then however much is in your body, just tilt and lean forwards. Hands can come down in between your knees. And then just soften your gaze towards your feet, maybe even a little closer towards your hands, and breathe. Slowly come on up. Again, move the blocks to one side. Lift your hips off that pillow or that blanket. Either works fine. And then we're going to lower down onto our mat. Now hopefully you have that scarf or the yoga strap close. As we're laying on our back, just kind of sway the knees from side to side. Feet can be down or feet can be up. Just whatever feels good for you right now. Now go ahead and find the strap or whatever you have brought to your practice. We're going to just loop it over the right foot. You see it's kind of on the arch of my foot. And the left foot's going to come down to the ground. Another option is to extend the left leg all the way out. Either works great. Now with your hands holding on to the strap, press through the heel and lift your foot up towards the sky. Now make sure your back is nice and relaxed on the ground and supported in this posture. Make sure there is no tension through your neck. See if you can draw the leg a little bit higher and closer towards you. Some of you might even be able to reach for the toe, but don't compromise your neck by lifting your head to grab for it. Just keep relaxed and use the strap here if you need it. Now what I want you to do is bend your right knee and kind of rotate it outwards, similar to what we did in the butterfly, and drop your foot down onto the left thigh. Now your foot can stay there. You can use the strap to pull it in towards your heart. Flexing the foot to have a little bit more stability here. If you would rather, you can use your hands to pull both legs in. Now slowly kind of circle your hip, drawing a circle with your knee. Little movement here. Take it slow or fast, whatever you need. Now, take it in the other direction. Being gentle. And come back to stillness. Extend the leg up towards the sky. And then release the strap, coming onto the other foot. Reaching the strap behind the left foot. And lengthen the left leg up towards the sky. Really draw it in close, but make sure the entire upper body is nice and relaxed, that there is no tension in your shoulders, in your jaw, and your neck. Let the body almost be divided in halves. The upper body's relaxed and the lower body is activated here. When you're ready, start to bend the left knee and rotate it outwards, bringing the heel and the foot towards your heart. Switching the grip if you had it in your left hand. Now let it come to its right hand. Pulling it in. Remembering that there is that option to let it rest onto the thigh, or even to thread your hands through the back of the thigh. Now, just like we did on the other side, a circle in the sky. If you did have that foot rested, you can still draw a circle in the sky, keeping the right leg anchored down. Now reverse the direction. Notice if there are any kinks here in your hip sockets. Beautiful. Extending the leg up. Reach the heel towards the sky. Now bend both of your knees, and this time I want you to wrap the strap around both of your feet. Grab the strap in both hands and extend both legs up towards the ceiling. It's a beautiful waterfall. Fairly easy inversion. If your knees need to be bent, let them be bent here. See if you can pull the heels over your hips. And go ahead, close your eyes. On your next inhale, you can open your eyes, bend your knees, remove the strap, and lower your feet down to the floor. Now bring them close in towards your hips and towards your glutes. Hands extend down by your side as well. And I want you to press into your heels like we've done throughout the entire class. As you do, you might feel the sensation of your hips lifting off the ground. And if that's the only movement that happens, that's okay. If you can get some height and some lift, bring your hips off the floor. You might even start to press your hips towards the ceiling. And close your eyes here. Let's just do 2 more slow, steady breaths. And then lower down and release the pressure on your heels. Bring your knees into your heart and sway side to side. And when you're ready, we're going to come into our final resting posture. You can take a traditional Shavasana here by extending your legs all the way out. You also have access to the chair. If you bring the chair down by your hips, you can let your legs rest on the chair. And what this does is it can alleviate any of the pressure in the lower back. Hands can as well come down by your side. Or maybe laying on your back causes some anxiety. You can lay on either side or even on your belly. Anything you need to do. Once there, close your eyes. And kind of separate your awareness from your body. Imagining yourself standing in the corner of the room and looking at your body laying on the ground, looking at the imprint that it makes. Being aware and bringing awareness that we are not our body. Our body can change and grow and deteriorate. We live within our bodies. But we are the pure awareness that resides in our bodies. So we are not limited by any ailment or physical restriction that we might have. So as we learn and grow, we try to remove those labels that we place upon our consciousness. And all that is left is I am. And with that, there is freedom. even though we are not our bodies, we can hold gratitude for our bodies and for all they do allow us to do. Take a deep breath in and send gratitude for your feet and the ability to stand strong and tall for what you believe in. Take a deep breath in and send gratitude for your legs and the ability they have to take you on this beautiful journey called life. Feel gratitude for your hands and arms and the ability they have to hold on to those things that you deem as important, such as love, family, life, experiences. Take a deep breath in and send gratitude to your heart, to your lungs. For each breath we take is another moment in life that we get to find joy and love. Take a deep breath in and send gratitude for your lips, for the ability to share kindness and speak your truth. Take a deep breath in and send gratitude to your ears, and the ability to speak and be heard. Take a deep breath in. Send gratitude to your eyes for the ability to see the beauty all around you. Take a deep breath in and send gratitude for your entire body and everything that it allows you to do and to accomplish. When you're ready, start to move your fingers and your toes. You can reach your hands overhead and take a stretch. Lifting your feet off the chair if that's what you chose. Roll to one side. And slowly come up to a seat. Again, that blanket or pillow that you've had for your chair. And come underneath your hips. Sitting nice and tall. Close your eyes and bring your hands to heart center. The light and the love in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.